overwhelmed. I know you have it, and guess what? I made it for you. So listen up. I know it's really hard to not be overwhelmed, especially that social media is really popular right now, and almost everybody has one, except the boomers. So you're a student, study, teacher yells at you, pop, and you have some group mates that fucks you up. Hey, can I see your answers? I just wanna get some ideas. And you have some crushes, and you look at your crush across the room, and it's time for deadline, baby. Now you're late on your assignments. Your mom's yelling at you, your teacher's yelling at you, you haven't did the group work, and you feel embarrassed by your crush. So this is how you overcome overwhelm, especially when you're learning something. Because I know you're still learning. Or are you? Or are you playing video games? Or just watching anime? Well, don't worry bro. You can use this in your game too. Okay, there's actually two scenarios that overwhelm usually shows up. One when you're learning a skill, and one when you're about to do a task. So, you're given a task and you need to do it in a certain deadline. Now you're thinking, too complex, how do I do this? Where do I start? And now you're panicking because it's almost the deadline. Now you regret not starting immediately because you procrastinated. Yep, I've been there. This usually happens when you're giving a task and it might seem complex to you because your brain haven't broken down the steps that you need to do anyway. So in your intuition, it seems complex, but when you start breaking it down, it's actually simple. So there are 3 ways on how you can break through it. First, you need clarity. So you're going to identify the result and objectives. It's best to write this down. Second is to break down what you need to do. If you already know the sequence on what you need to do, then start doing it one thing at a time. But if you don't, start with the most important thing, not the least important thing. And the third is to do it now. I know it might sound like the motivational guru stuff. Do it now! But seriously, your mind has never been this close to doing the task because you're already thinking about it. You're learning about it, so you have the intention right now. That's why you need to do it right now. You already have the momentum. If you start watching anything else after this, your intent might not come back as hard. So, right now you're thinking that, who the fuck is this guy? What does he know about, huh? Well, I don't know shit, but this information came from an international master in chess. So when he was first learning chess, he focused on as little pieces as possible. So he started with the pawn and the king and played it over and over again until it felt natural to him. So, how does this apply to you? Focus on one task at a time. And if you're learning something, focus on the fundamentals and repeat it over and over again. If you're trying to learn basketball to impress your crush, focus on the basics. Shoot as many as you can until it feels natural before learning anything else. If you think you're having trouble with math, focus on one concept until you really grasp it before moving to the harder one. Of course, while you're doing this, it might seem repetitive, boring, and you might feel like you're not progressing because it's not as flashy. That's why you need to focus on consistency. Just make sure that you continually show up. And one way to make sure that you show up is either to punish yourself or to reward yourself when you do the task. Put a rule on you can't play video games until you do the task. Or if you don't do the task, you'll do 20 push-ups. So this is how you counter overwhelm, and I personally apply this to my life and my mind has never been more peaceful.